Oh God, look at that thing, dude. Oh, wait till I show you what I caught him on, guys. What is going on, my homie? Oh, hey. I got my fishing partner here with me. Oh, Mr. Bog, how are you? Oh, Tom? Really, dude? I didn't think we were on that level. All right, everybody hit like for Bog, who just totally bog bombed our video. I'm gonna show you a super sneaky rig for swim bait fishing. I actually got my Bass Mafia bag of swim baits right here, and specifically the one we're gonna talk about is the Cast Prodigy. I've showed you a bunch of different ways to rig this, but it's spring, right? The fish are shallow. You can see we're in the back of this pocket. We are way, way back. There's a run in right there. We're in like 2 to 3 feet of water. So the fish are moving up shallow to spawn, and they're staging, they're swimming in those shallows, and then they're actually on bed, even if you can't see them. And the rig I'm gonna show you is super subtle. It's a very finesse-oriented rig. You fish it on light line, you fish it on spinning tackle, but the trick is it has a very natural swim to it. Absolutely natural, like crazy natural. And these fish absolutely whack it. Spots, largemouth, smallmouth, I don't care, whatever you have. And it's a great way to fish some of this real flat water where you're seeing fish swimming around and you literally cannot catch them on any other bait. You can throw a freaking stick worm and let it soak for 2 hours and not get a bite. This is sort of a way to cover that kind of water a little more efficiently, still fishing pretty slow, but you get some big bites and they have not seen it before. It is something totally new, totally innovative, and very, very sneaky. So first things first, before we go out and get to the fishing, I'm gonna show you how to rig it up. So what you're gonna need is one of these cast swim baits, just like this guy right here. It's about 3 inches or so. And the most important part, and the part that I forget sometimes, is there's a rattle in this thing. So you're gonna wanna take that out. You see how it sticks out right there? So not dentist recommended, but I want to use my teeth. Do not throw out that rattle, because spring leads to summer, right? And summer means frog fishing. So you can actually take these rattles and pop them in your frogs, and you don't have to go buy rattles from Tackle Warehouse and that to pop in your frogs. So I'm gonna put it in my cup holder. But now that we have that rattle out, I have some tungsten nail weights. You have to use tungsten because it's smaller. If you're using just lead nail weights, it's too bulky, and it doesn't weigh enough. So this is a 16th ounce tungsten nail weight. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take that out. Just a little kind of thinking forward deal. If you try this rig, make sure you buy like 2 or 3 boxes of them, because you will run through them and catch fish on it, and you'll be like, man, I really wish I would have brought more nail weights. So it's a little nail weight just like that, and then I'm gonna take my swim bait right where that rattle was, and I'm going to insert the little nail weight right there and press it on in so it's embedded in the swim bait. It fits right in that little rattle hole just like that. I'm going to take the bait, and I'm going to take, this is a little BKK circle hook, like a drop shot hook, and I'm going to just slide it right into the nose. And we're not nose hooking it, we're like half threading it. So I'm going to slide it right in there and then bring it out just like that, and then you get that beautiful rig right there. So that is what it looks like. And what's most interesting about this is you'd think we're gonna fling this thing out there and let it sink to the bottom, but what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna swim it. This bait swims very, very naturally, just like this, stays maybe 1 to 3 foot of water, but it's absolutely killer. They come up and smash it, anything, largemouth, smallmouth, spots, whatever. So let me take you out on the water and let's go fish it. So how do you fish this thing? Like I said, it does not cast very well, so you kind of got to slang it or get the wind behind you, but you're going to be fishing it on pretty, I don't know, calm days, calm, clear days, because it's a very subtle technique, so you're not going to have to fight the wind too much. But you just slow roll it. You can see I'm kind of very slowly reeling that spinning reel, and you just let the bait and sort of the rig do the work. But I'll use it to kind of go along these kinds of, you can see we're in a pocket, we're going into a pocket, super shallow banks. You get the bank that kind of tapers off, and I'll just use it to kind of go around those banks. The same place you throw like a ball head or something that's a little bit lighter. You're just reeling it over the top. A lot of times in spring, these fish are looking up, so it stays up 1 to 3 or so, 1 to 4, depending on how much weight you put in it. And you're just slow rolling it down these banks, and that's what happened. Ooh, that's a decent one, dude. And they eat it just like that. But the bite is super subtle. You don't want to, hey, not a bad spot, dude. You don't want to overfish it at all. It's very nice. Proof of concept, right? It's a very subtle technique, and you don't really want to set the hook either. You notice I probably didn't do it exactly right there. You really let the rod, this is a medium light rod, you let the rod kind of load up and do the work. And sometimes you're gonna feel them kind of whack at it. You do not want to quick like pull on them, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna pull that bait and rip it right off that little circle hook kind of deal, that BKK hook. So there's another one. It's a little guy. We're on a little stretch here, boys. And you see how the bait actually slides up, so it gets out of the way of the circle hook just like that when you actually hook a fish. But you can tell you get a lot of bites with this thing, but you can't pull on them early. Otherwise you're gonna be re-rigging baits and driving yourself nuts. That might be a better one. Oh yeah. Oh, don't come off. Just take it easy. Got a little BKK hook on there. Oh God, look at that thing, dude. That is a monster spot, dude. Probably get the net out. Oh, come here, honey. Don't do it. Fuck, I know this one's going on the scale, dude. That is a spotted bass that has a mouth like a largemouth bass. It is. See that? The old sneak rig, dude. We'll talk about it in a minute. That is a giant female spotted bass. Oh my God. We caught a monster spot. This sneak rig that Ryan from Cast Baits told me about is absolutely stellar, but we're getting out the Rapala and let's put this joker on the bean counter. Are you kidding me? 458, dude. 458, if you guys could see that. Just a beautiful, that's a 4.5 pound spot. I mean, can you, Bog is losing his mind. I gotta get her back. What a gorgeous fish. All right, there you go. Now go do your thing. Bog, hey, high five. Depths. So one of the ways to fish this thing is to skip it. So you can see we got cables, we got a dock, and it's really light, so it's pretty easy to skip. It just doesn't go that far. But you test it out, skip it out, give it like a second to count down, and then you just kind of slow reel it. You can see how slow I'm going with the reel. I'm really taking my time, because you almost want like a little bit of a bow in the line when you're reeling it. It's kind of like a mag draft or like a harness swim bait, and it allows it to get that really super kind of subtle kicking wobbling action. But you don't get much of a skip out of it, but it's enough to get it under a dock or under a cable, and just do that slow reel and just wait for the bite. You're not putting any English on it, you're not twitching it, not doing anything like that. That's a big largemouth right there, boy. Stay on. Stay on. Oh, he's barely hooked. Big red eye largemouth. I wonder if you were spawning, homie. Yeah, Bug, you want to get your licks? I guess you can't. Dude, that's Swimbait. What's cool too is you see how it like slides up like that? So it slides up and gets out of your way. We're gonna let her down. Awesome. Talk about some picturesque stuff, right? We just caught that largemouth right there, just right off the bank, kind of a steeper, kind of hard bottom bank, right in a little pocket, and there's a little bit of a water run in right there. That might be a better one. That's a nice little spot. Ooh, dude, see what he's eating right there? These little guys. This is a perfect mimic. Nice little 2 pound, 2.5 pound spot. Are you a hot bog? Time to go in. Super cool technique, right? It catches some mondos, like that mondo Maunderson spot that we caught, and it's super subtle. It's perfect for flat water conditions, high sun conditions. Fish, when they're moving up to spawn, doing that staging thing, and they're super hard to catch. Can't even catch them on like a wacky rig and things like that. There's something about that presentation, that wagging Keitech style downsized swim bait, especially in spring, that just coaxes them out, and you're able to cover water pretty decent with it. You have to be slow and methodical. It's going to take a minute to kind of learn the technique, but once you get it down, dude, the bites, you'll look at things differently. It's such, I got to thank Ryan from Cast Baits for kind of putting me on it. It's such a cool technique. It's a different technique. It's something they haven't seen, and we're always trying to find that little edge. This is the edge. But I will put links to all this stuff at Tackle Warehouse and Monster Bass. Make sure to support all the people that support this channel and help to bring you cool fishing content. Check them out below, and if you didn't at the beginning of the video, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm going to take Bog home, go eat some dinner, and go hang out with Swimsuit Girl. Tight lines, homies.